What to do when someone is following you on the street. Welcome to Upside, where we have fun facts for curious minds. To enjoy more of these videos, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Have you ever walked down the street and then suddenly your hair on the back of your neck started to raise because you thought someone was following you? Say you're walking down the street alone. You hear footsteps behind you. You see a dark figure walking towards you from an alley. That creepy person is drawing closer, growing louder, and the tempo of the steps is increasing. Now you turn right, they follow. You speed up and their pace quickens. You stop and suddenly they pause to look around and act weird. Turning around, their eyes are looking right back at you. You are now sure that someone is following you. And the most important thing now is choosing how to act. Well, 75% of women say they thought they were being followed at one time. They had no idea what to do about it. Today, we will be talking about what to do when someone is following you on the street. Once you think that someone is following you, the first thing that you need to do is keep calm. I know, it is easier said than done, but don't let that creepy person know that you caught them and you're nervous. We have to accept the fact that panicking won't help you and it will just worsen the situation. Don't make an obvious fear display. A fear display will encourage aggression. Try to slow down because it gives you time to think things through. If you're on foot, you can tie your shoes or stop to look at a store window while staying aware of your surroundings. Breathe and take stock of what's happening around you. Staying calm will help you act rational and move on to our next step. Pay attention. Now that you've slowed things down and you have already deduced what is happening to you, keep an eye out for things that are out of place. I know saying be aware of your surroundings has become a cliche, but what does that mean exactly? Take a good look at your surroundings without being too obvious. What street are you on? Are you near a gas station or a store? Do you see other people walking nearby? Practicing good situational awareness will reduce your level of anxiety and help you feel safer. Also, pay attention to your gut feelings. You'll often intuitively know when something is wrong and what to do next. Best next thing to do is mix things up or take a turn. If you sense someone's following you, take a turn. This forces anyone who might be following you to turn the same direction, providing an opportunity for you to spot someone who is on your tail. And of course, the turn needs to appear logical and purposeful, so you should incorporate parallel movement. Know the direct route to the location you're heading. This is a good way to determine if the stranger is really following you, and it gives you additional time to think. And if you look like you're walking with confidence, the stranger might decide that you're not such an easy target and might change his mind. Reversals are also another very helpful move, but you are only allowed to do this if you are confident you can pull this off. You'd be walking in one direction and then turn 180 degrees, ideally stepping onto an elevator or going down some stairs. A reversal allows you to get a look at the person following you. That way you know exactly what they look like without looking suspicious. Make sure you can remember their gender, an estimate of their height and age, and a brief summary of what they're wearing. This will be useful if you need to report them to anyone official, as we will be discussing later. Being followed through a secluded part of town is a dangerous position to be in. Don't go anywhere that will put you by yourself with your pursuant. Walk towards a busier area with plenty of lights and people. Remember, there is safety in numbers. Go to a public place so you can blend in with people. Crowds can help deter stalkers from continuing to follow you or approaching you, as there are too many witnesses around. And please remember to not go home. I know some people will think that it is best to head home with this kind of situation, but if your tail doesn't know where you live, you don't want to reveal that information by taking him there.
Hello? Yes?
It will be dangerous. Know when to use your phone. And it is important to know when it is safe and helpful to use your phone. If you're walking a short distance to your car, such as through a store parking lot, it is safer if you don't text. If you're on your phone, the stranger might assume that you aren't aware of your surroundings. When attention is on your phone, you look more vulnerable. If you have good distance with a creepy person following you, contact friends or family and let them know what's happening. Send a message to someone you trust and tell them about your suspicions. Tell them what you plan to do to shake the person off and check in with them regularly so they know you're safe. If you have close friends, you can even create a help code so that if you text them your help code, they will know exactly what is happening to you and that you need help. You can also call them, tell them where you are, and stay on the phone with them until you reach your destination. If they are available and near the area, you can arrange to meet them in a public place. I am pretty sure this will help. Gas stations are a great place to meet since they are open 24/7. The person following you will be put off when they see you're no longer alone. And as soon as you reach your meeting place or as soon as you enter the cafe or store, engage in conversation with the staff. Start talking to them as if you're interested in buying something and discreetly let them know what's going on. Give them a description of the person who you suspect is following you and ask to remain with them until the person leaves or somebody can meet you. Be prepared to fight back if the stranger will come at you, and if you have to fight back, do this with conviction so that you win the advantage and can get away from an attacker. Always remember, eyes, throat, groin. Eyes, you can gouge them. Throat, you can just hit, and groin, of course, you can kick. But if you're not prepared to fist fight, get your keys out. These can be effective weapons and make a noise. Most attackers will be put off by someone who is making themselves known. And speaking of noise, know when to shout and ask for help. I suggest you scream fire instead of help. Studies show that shouting fire will likely get more help instead of actually shouting the word help. And of course, you can also call the police or 911. If you believe you're being followed on foot by someone with ill intentions, call the police and give them a description of your pursuant. Keep the police on the phone for as long as possible. If your pursuant is nearby, talk loudly so he or she can hear what you're saying. If there's a police precinct nearby, go to it without hesitations, as it's better to be safe than sorry. If you feel you're being followed, it's important to stay safe. Keep these tips in mind and use them to help you protect yourself from any attackers. I mentioned earlier that you can use your phone to ask for help. There's a lot of personal safety apps that you can get on your phone. Do you know any personal safety apps? Do share it in the comments down below. And for all you Upsiders who want more Upside videos, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell icon. If you find this video informative, be sure to watch our video on 11 survival riddles to stay alive no matter what occurs. See you next time.